Hello, welcome back to Rule the World. So last episode we got Honeydew, Simon himself, onto our kingdom. And he's been digging his own little hole in the background here. There's a few problems with that though, and I'll go over those in a sec. So let's jump into the game and get further along with our kingdom. Right, hello and welcome back. So let me show you this big hole that old Simon here has dug. Now we had a little bit of a problem before, because if you look at this, Simon doesn't know what these blocks are. These kind of, the dinosaur blocks, the fossil blocks, he doesn't know what they are, and he doesn't know what that amber is. He knows what most modded blocks are because he does pick up things like copper and tin. If you look in here, he's got some cobblestone in here as well. But what we had to do was, he'd filled up the inventory here, because it's actually quite small. He'd filled it up. So what we had to do is we had to make a courier called Ben Jism. Now, I recorded this episode twice before, and both times there was something wrong with the recording. It was a bit of a nightmare, but we're back on track now, and everything's A-OK. So what we did in these episodes was, we got Ben Jism, we made a courier, and instead of me making the courier all over again and putting him down, I'm just going to show you what we changed, because these animal farms weren't set up properly, but now they are, because you can see, oh, look at all the little piggies and all the little cows. Now, they weren't set up properly because we weren't putting resources in here, and you need resources in here for the animals to breed. And also, we had no way of getting the resources they made once they'd done that, like pork. We had no way of getting that to our warehouse. Luckily now, though, old Benji here, he walks up and down, goes to the farms, picks up what's made by them, and then goes over and puts it into the warehouse. He also comes over here, he says hello to Honeydew, and he grabs all the stuff from the quarry and puts that in the warehouse too. So everything is running A-OK as it should be. Now, what I also did was I made a water wheel generator and some torque junctions and torque shafts. And I can't wait to show you how those work, because they are really fun. Also, I've got a mine sign. That's right, a mine sign. So I can put this up at the mine. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to make some cobblestone or some fence posts to put this sign on so that it looks all nice and cool. Actually, I tell you what, why don't we put it on the crane? What perfect opportunity, what better place to put our signpost than right on this giant mine crane? Now, we made the crane last episode, and oh man, I just love it. I love how cool it looks. And we put some DecoCraft barrels and crates on the platform there. They also look the business. Right, so up goes our mine sign, and there, oh yeah, look, that perfectly signifies that we've got Simon doing his diggy hole right over here. That's pretty sweet. Now, I've tried to be a bit more sparing with these walls because our NPCs don't like the walls. They always get stuck, like, there I am over there and I'm stuck again. Our NPCs just really don't like these wall sections. So every time my guy gets stuck, I find myself having to kind of, move something around so he can move around. So let's see, I'm going to have to put down like a grass block here, I think. There we go, now we can work. And now he's hitting the farm thing over here and getting the wheat to work. Now, the one thing I wanted to do this episode was check out a water wheel. Water wheels are really cool because they let you do NPC work on farm blocks without having to have an NPC. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab, let's say, the water wheel and the torque junctions and shafts. I'll need the hammer, so I'll keep that ready. But I'll show you how this thing works. It's really, really cool. So the first thing we do is we put down the water wheel. Now, I've prepared this little stream beforehand because all you need for a water wheel is running water. So, did that work? Oh no, that's facing the wrong way, so we'll have to pick it up. This should work then instead. Bam! Oh yeah! Now, doesn't that look amazing? I love big multi-block structures like this that have really cool animations. That looks really cool. So what's this water wheel doing? Well, it's turning the water into energy, and that is turning this kind of turny thing. So what we need to do is get that power going to the farm, that turning power going to the crop farm, so that we can actually grow stuff using the water wheel. And the way you do that is with these torque junctions and shafts. They're really, really cool. So I'm going to put one down and show you how it works. Now, this is, as you can see, connected to the water wheel, and it started to spin. And now, oh God, what am I doing? You okay? What, you stuck? Oh no, he's okay, thank God. Now, shafts are really difficult to get to work because you have to keep hitting them with a wooden hammer until they face the right way. But as soon as they do, they should start to spin. This one isn't because I don't think the junction block is facing the right way. So we can keep hitting that until it spins the right way. There we go, right, so the junction on the left is starting to spin. We just need to hit this until it's facing the right way as well. There we go, perfect. And now we just put these torque shafts down until they start to rotate the right way. Now we can just keep putting them down in a row pretty much, like this. And then we can come back with the hammer and rotate them until they start to spin. There we go. Oh, looking good. Oh, yeah, perfect. So we have a junction going to a shaft. Now, every time you turn a corner, you need a new junction. So what we're going to do is put down a junction facing... Oh, out of the way, Lewis. Oh, man, you're a menace. Bloody hell. We're going to put a junction right here. Oh, in front of Lewis. Lewis has some problems, though. Like I said, they don't like these walls, so I keep having to delete them. But that's okay. It just means in future we'll have to remember not to bother with cobblestone walls. And if you're following at home and doing Ancient Warfare, make sure you don't bother with these walls because they are a bit of a pain. Right, so we're going to put down another... If Lewis will get out of the way, I'm just going to punch him. Bam. Oh, God. I'm in trouble now. Okay, so I'll put the torque shaft coming along this way, all the way over to the farm, and then plonk down the torque junction so it plugs into the farm. Now we'll keep rotating this until it does that. Is it going to do it? No, not yet. I guess if we just keep hitting it until it does, is that how it works? It's tricky because the orientation on these blocks is really difficult to get used to. Now I think that is the bit that has to connect. So if we hit that until... Is that facing down? I'm not quite sure. Well, let's make sure the shafts are all going the right way. So if I rotate that like that, that's not quite going the right way, is it? There we go. Now we're going. And the way... you get visual clues, right? It shows you, as the shafts are spinning, if it's working or not. So if it's spinning, the pipe is getting power. These are a lot like kind of like Buildcraft pipes and like energy cables, in that they put power through them, but the power is kind of like a physical kind of power. But when stuff rotates, you know it's working, and oh yeah, now this is finally working. We're using the power of the water wheel to make our farm work. And where's the proof of this? Well, there's no farmers at the moment hitting our crop farm, so when we right-click on here, let's see if any wheat goes into the top. Nothing's grown yet so far, so we have to wait for that to happen. But yeah, oh, there we go. So we've got a wheat in the top there, and there's no farmers bashing this block. That's perfect. So we've got our first farm working 100% on water power. Now, that's amazing. Well, okay, so our farmers now don't need to worry about using the wheat farm. So what are we going to do when one comes over and just starts hitting it by accident? What we need to do is get these guys to have proper work orders so they know exactly where they're supposed to go. So what I'm going to do right now... Oh, there's a chick... Oh, bloody hell, what are these? What's happening here? Oh, no, because the top is full. Because the top of the farm block is full, the chickens are just, you know... Why is the top of the farm block full? Is Benji doing everything okay? Let's go over here and see if he's sucking out the eggs. Let's check his routing order and make sure he's being programmed to take eggs out. Okay, right, so he's being told to take eggs out, but maybe it's just not filling him up enough? Let's tell him, let's remove, because what we've got for the quarry, we've told him to take non-matching blocks, and we've put nothing in here, so he takes anything that isn't nothing, and that's everything, I think. So we're going to do the same for the animal farm. We'll take all of it out, and we'll tell him to take non-matching. All right, now this should work. Now, where's he gone? Oh, it's nighttime, that's where he's gone. Tell you what, I'm going to have a kip as well. All right, rise and shine. Another beautiful day on the kingdom now. Oh, there he is. Hey, Benji, how's it going? I'm going to give you your routing order, so stand still. Here we go. Nice stuff. Right, so this should fix him, hopefully. Now, what we're going to do now is get some work orders, and these let you tell NPC specifically which farm blocks to work. That means we can tell Simon that Simon's got a pickaxe, so the only thing he's going to do is use the quarry. But all of our farmers have hoes, so they'll go to any farm block. So what we want is, we definitely have the research for it. So let's look through not enough items to find what we're looking for. Let's have a look. Here we are on the last page. We've got work orders, upkeep orders, combat orders, routing orders, and trade orders. Now we've already used routing orders and upkeep orders. What we haven't used are combat orders, trade orders. They're kind of a bit, technical, and we haven't got any soldiers yet, actually. That's a good point. If anybody comes and tries to take my land, I've got no way to defend myself, so I need to worry about that at some point. But a work order, that must be easy to make, right? Grey dye, paper, and oak wood. Well, I probably have some grey dye. Oh, right, wow. I've got one right here. But I might need a few more, so let me check the warehouse for ink and stuff. Okay, there's 3 bottles of ink. So now I just need some bone meal. There we go. And this should be plenty to make some grey dye. I'm going to need some paper as well, which I've got. What I don't have, though, is... Oh, no, I've got wood as well. I'm just going to put what I don't need into the warehouse. Just chuck the seeds in. Sugar canes, some torque shafts, the pork chops, the beef, the chicken, and the leather. And, of course, the eggs. Oh, yeah, now, one thing is, look, the eggs are not going in here. I'm not sure why. Maybe Benji's filling his pack up with other stuff, but there's only 20 eggs in here. So we'll need to fix that. I'll put the remaining torque shafts and junctions, though, in here, because we might come back and use these later. What I am doing, though, is I'm going to make another to-do list, because I keep forgetting some of the things I want to do. So I'm going to make one of those in a bit. But first, I'm going to make a work order that tells our farmers exactly where they're supposed to work. Right, so it was some grey dye first up. So we're going to combine the black and the white to make grey. There we go, and now we've got 7 grey. Let's just plonk it there. Put some paper there too. Some wood as well. And 1, 2, 3. I think, how many farmers have we got? We've got me, Lewis, and Hannah. So that's 3. That's all we need for the time being. But I will make 3 more, just in case we get more NPCs. Okay, sweet. I've got loads of wood here, actually. I'm going to take some of that. And these sticks and planks. And pop that in the warehouse. Okay, right, so now it's time to program these work orders. So I think if we press Z on, like, the potatoes, that will tell me, Stin, to use potatoes. So bam, you're supposed to go on. Yeah, that's it, it's working. Right, so now I'm exclusively doing potatoes. What I could do, though, is I reckon there's enough work for me to do carrots as well. So I'm just going to reprogram that. Bam. So there you go. Actually, let me try clicking on nothing and seeing what I can change. Right, so it tells me crop farm and crop farm, work time. Oh, and you can program how long they work on them for. That's pretty cool. So at the moment, with 0 as the work time set, I'll just go until there's no more work to do, and then I'll move to the next one. So I'm just going to keep that like that. But for the other work orders, I might set these to the animal farms. Let's check on the crop farm over here. Oh yeah, this is working great. Loads of wheat being produced here. Now, unfortunately, you can't make the wheat grow any quicker with Ancient Warfare, but you can harvest it once it's been grown. And that's what this water wheel is helping us do right now. So let's see. I'm going to have... Oh my God. Guys, what are you doing? Why are you inside? Hannah, why are you inside with the chickens? I hate... You know what? These NPCs are so dumb. I swear. Am I going to have to rescue Hannah? I think I probably am. Why is she back there? How has it occurred to her that she should be back there? I don't know. I'll tell you what. There's a way around this. What I can do is I can right-click on her, repack, bam, I've got her now. And then I'll put her over here. And you know what? I'm going to set her home to be right up here where she comes for food. There we go. And now it looks like Lewis needs rescuing as well. So I'm just going to jump back here and grab him up. How on earth did he get back here? I don't know. Okay, repack. And again, let's put him in the farm. All right, here we go. And bam, this is where you live as well, Lewis. Now, okay, so the first work order is going to be cows and pigs. And the second is going to be sheep and chickens. So we'll put cow and pig. But because there's always work to be done on these farms, because you can always make them breed and harvest stuff. Oh wow, another pig born. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to say work the... Is this in minutes or seconds? I don't know. Well, let's try 1 on the cows, and we'll set the work time to 1 on the sheep. And let's see what that does. Oh, it's night time, so I'm going to sleep off the night. All right, there we go. Oh, and Hannah's back as well. Hey, how's it going? Now, we're going to give Hannah, because she loves pigs and cows so much, the work order to farm those bad boys. There we go. So let's see. 1, Okay, she's been there for more than 1 second, so it must be 1 minute. And now we'll make the other work order for sheep and for chickens. So press Z there and Z there. And now we'll give this to Lewis, and he should start work on the animal farms that he's supposed to do. Okay, there you go, Lewis. You're in charge of the chickens and the sheep. Oh, and sweet, he's come over straight to the chickens. Oh, there's a lot of seeds in here. Oh, no, I think Benji's putting the seeds in the wrong place because the resources thing is full. Well, okay, let's take that out and find out what Benji's supposed to do with the seed farm. Let's have a look. Oh, no, wait, it's not Benji. Benji just picks up all the stuff that the animals have made. It's Martin who's got the work order to deposit the seeds. So where's he going? Because he's doing it wrong. Where you going, Martin? You're doing it wrong. Come here. I want to teach you how to be a courier. Okay. Let's have a look. So he goes to the animal farm here, and he's supposed to deposit 6 seeds. And he deposits them in the west slot. Okay, that's the problem right now. We need to tell him to deposit them into the resources. So we're going to set resources to... south, I think. And if we set all the resources drops to south, that should fix our problem. Right, well, that's been it for this episode of Rule the World, guys. We've configured our farmers, so everything's working tickety-boo on our farm. I've messed around with Benji, so now his routing order is correct, and he goes to the right blocks, picks up and drops off all of the right items. So next episode, I'm not sure what we're going to work on. Hopefully we'll have enough wool so that I can start doing like a windmill. But it might be that we want to make our first troops, our first soldiers to defend ourselves. But also, what I want is a really cool Tinker's Construct custom sword. I want the best sword you can possibly get in the game, but I don't want to make a rapier because they kind of suck. So make sure you put in the comments section what you think, what kind of sword you'd like me to see, but also I want you guys to suggest a really cool name for my sword, because all of the best swords have names, Oathbringer, etc., like from Game of Thrones. So I want you guys to suggest a really cool name for a sword, and maybe next episode I'll go out, get the materials, and build the perfect blade. But until next time, guys, take care.
What's going on? Why have you called me out here to the middle of nowhere?
Sire, look, another one's moved in.
Players? He mustn't be allowed to interfere what we're planning. But he looks like a resourceful one. I will visit him myself tomorrow to better gauge his strength and come to terms with how much tax he will pay me.
But, Lord Blackwood, sire, what if he can't pay like the last one?
Then the same fate shall befall him. Come now. The hour is late, and there is work to be done.